Competitive Beyblade has been on a rise more than it's ever been, and that's because Takara Tomy has been trying to push Beyblade X for the past couple of years or so to be recognized as a legit sport, also known as gear sports. Now, Takara Tomy has been doing a really great job about trying to showcase Beyblade X as being a very competitive sport or hobby, and it's been rather doing really well. It's one of the best-selling toys in Japan, and it's also one of Hasbro's best-selling toys here in North America. Takara Tomy has actually realized that, hey, yeah, let's try to make this into an actual gear sports and actually televise this and all that stuff. So, yeah, we watched the Asia Championships before, and they had that kind of controversy. But that kind of controversy where they were trying to debate the winner was actually really good because, you know, sports actually do that. And now, since the Super Bowl has passed, I don't even remember who even won. It's time for the discussion about why Beyblade X should be realized as a sport again. And that's the kind of topic that always gets floats around, but nobody ever recognizes. This past month or so, I believe, Kai Cenat actually showed an interest in Beyblade X, and he's been in talks with Hasbro about trying to do like an international tournament. I think the last international tournament that Hasbro has ever done was like back in 2018. They had that World Championship in Paris for Beyblade Burst, but Beyblade Burst was a stamina nightmare that took over the whole meta, so yeah, that doesn't count. But Beyblade X, their meta and all that stuff, their stamina thing, gone. Even though you're building stamina blades, the battles are still so exciting to watch. So it's about time that Beyblade has finally got back into the topic of should it be realized as a legitimate sport. Though, while Takara Tomy in Asia has been trying to push that, Hasbro has not. Now, Beyblade actually wasn't dead. It was still selling in the background for many years. It's just nobody got an interest in it. It was kind of like Schrodinger's Beat Links, right? It was both alive and dead at the same time, until all of a sudden Beyblade X revived the competitive interest in it. And now Beyblade X is selling really well. But I've seen some clips floating around on Twitter about tournaments that were hosting live streams of their tournaments. And the presentation of some of those clips really intrigued me. And it made me wonder, what exactly is Hasbro's excuse to not have an international tournament again? I'm going to show you some clips right here.
Low flat.
Master low flat pala. Okay, game.
Okay guys, ready na? In 3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Okay, nandito ngayon yung Drum Buster natin.
Let's go! Tropa ko yan!
Buster! Ang pangalan.
Grabe!
Wow!
This one was actually something that was floating around for quite a while. I'm not really sure what language they were speaking. I believe it's Filipino. It was a Filipino tournament in like the Philippines, but they were live streaming, I believe, on Facebook or something. I'm not sure, but they were live streaming it. It had 100 viewers like that were watching at the same time. Honestly, it should have a lot more, but given the presentation of it, it looks absolutely phenomenal. It looked like legit sports. It had the feel of legit sports. The commentators were absolutely hyped and excited, and there was an actual action going on at the same time, and it was just so awesome to watch. And it really got me thinking, yeah, these guys probably don't even have 1/4 of the money that Hasbro has, and Hasbro is worth right now upwards of $8 billion as a company. And $8 billion, $8 billion to Blooms, and Hasbro still cannot seem to manage to get Beyblade X a live event like this with this kind of presentation, the kind of same thing that Takara Tomy in Asia has been having. And I'm pretty sure Takara Tomy in Asia have a very smaller team than Hasbro, so I don't know why Hasbro still has not set up something like this. So there's another clip here, same exact kind of presentation and same idea. This one is, I think, a tournament in Spain. They are using Hasbro products. That is the Hasbro Extreme Stadium, and I gotta say here, the presentation of this looks absolutely phenomenal. I can definitely see Hasbro doing something like this themselves.
3, 2, 1, go, empezamos.
Ojo ahí, se aloca uno, se aloca otro. ¡Over finish, gente! ¡Qué pedazo de over finish! Se pone Tuberni 3-1 frente a Neon Beam. Buah, es que qué pedazo de combate.
Está haciendo
Vaya
un combate
pedazo de
espectacular.
Bladers.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate and see if I can understand why Hasbro still hasn't done something like this. One of the main reasons that I have come up with is that they're just waiting for more releases for Beyblade, because Takara Tomy right now is way ahead in terms of releasing new Beyblades in Asia right now. They are all the way up to the CX line by the time you're probably seeing this video. But I know, by the time, while I'm recording this video, the CX line was just announced and they're releasing March 29th. But they are way ahead. We are still only just getting the UX line. Yeah, I believe that Hasbro is just waiting for more releases to be coming, because we're getting Cobalt Dragoon first, and then we're gonna get like more Sword Phoenix and more other variety of Beyblades like Obsidian Shell and Whale Wave coming out. With Whale Wave coming out, they're probably going to release the Prize Bay, which has the Elevate bit, so Cobalt Dragoon Elevate is probably going to be coming. We already have Wizard Rod 960 Ball, that's like a tanking nightmare. But and I'm pretty sure that we're getting Impact Drake soon. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Hasbro, one of the reasons why that Hasbro has not been trying to make official international tournaments right now the same vein as this, is probably because they are waiting for more releases. The unofficial tournaments that we have locals here for, that has like on average about 40 to 50 people per week, they use Takara Tomy stadiums, and the Hasbro stadiums are a lot smaller than the Takara Tomy ones. So it's possible that Hasbro is just waiting for bladers that play both Takara Tomy and Hasbro to get adjusted to more of the Hasbro style of stadium, because the Hasbro stadium, while being a lot smaller, favors more attack types, and because Wizard Rod is a stamina nightmare, it will take a while for Wizard Rod to not appear in the meta. The third thing that I think that Hasbro is doing, which I'm kind of doubtful of, is that they are trying to gauge interest in Beyblade X. So meaning they're trying to figure out like how many people are buying Beyblade X and if Beyblade X is actually going to be selling well, which... the reason why I think it's kind of iffy is because Beyblade X constantly is selling out every time I go to my Walmart. At least here in Winnipeg, every time locally I go to my Walmart, they're always just sold out, save for like a few winder launchers and some singles left. So yeah, it's definitely not a selling issue. It's like one of the best selling toys that they got right now, along with Transformers and G.I. Joe. But yeah, I believe that they might be still gauging interest in it, because again, it's still early in the release in North America, as well as some other parts in the world that are not Takara Tomy. But I definitely feel like they are still gauging interest because they are still early in the line. Again, I'm not a competitive player myself because I just don't have the time to compete. Every time there's a Beyblade Locals, it's always in the evening and I'm always busy. The only time that there were actual official tournaments by Hasbro is when GameStop hosts them. And those are like more of like showcase tournaments than anything. There's no like actual prizes as far as I'm aware of. But yeah, there's no ranking or anything like that. It's really just a showcase to try and sell Beyblades. But that's really about it for official tournaments. The last tournament that Hasbro like actually had was like that actually like was huge was like back in 2018. I don't know what the turnout was for that though, but either way, I'm pretty sure that it was popular enough that they would consider doing it again. But I really wonder why it's taking so long for Hasbro to make something like this, or even at the very least some exhibition matches for their official channel that has the same presentation as what we just saw. But I'm not sure. I'm not really Hasbro, but I really wish that Hasbro would actually take more seriously, just as seriously as Takara Tomy, trying to push Beyblade as a legitimate sport, at least here in North America. But what do you all think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Support this channel by pressing that thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Beyblade content. I've been Haru Ren, and remember, keep being serious about having fun. Bye!